we continue with the topic we were yesterday. It was about vocabulary related to journalism. And well, we're going to have some vocabulary that we use to tell a story, but also we're going to check used to and would. Used to and would. So let's remember these structures there. Okay, well, so here you have used to and you have the would. These sentences, okay? Very well. So what is the meaning of used to? When you talk about things that happened in English a long time ago, you can use used to. Like, for example, things that happened yesterday, you use the simple past. But if you want to say, we want to talk about your childhood, you want to talk about things that happened like years ago, then you can use this structure used to. Used to and would in this context, they mean solía hacer, solía esto, aquello, right? So used to and would, but it has some uses. So you say, for example, I used to eat a lot of sweets. When I was a child, I used to eat a lot of sweets. Cuando yo era un niño, solía comer muchos dulces. So used to is a structure that you use to talk about the habits, routines, things that you used to do like repeatedly in the past, and you don't do them anymore. Okay, so you only need to use these two words, used to. And then you have this verb in the base form. Okay, used to eat. You can use used to with any verbs. But for example, would it could be the same. In this case, you could say, I would eat a lot of sweets. This is similar. It's exactly like solía, but would has some other, well, there are a few exceptions to the use of would. But these both sentences mean the same. You could say I used to eat or I would eat. Sometimes when a person is using this structure, you can use sometimes used to, you can use then jump to use would, so that you don't feel like monotony or something when you're writing about it. Okay. We also have to make the question, you would need to use, so did you used to? Did you used to? And you ask the person si solía hacer algo. Did you used to? The negative, you would say, I didn't used to, or I wouldn't eat. So you have these both structures you can use. We're going to check these exercises. It looks kind of small. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, I can do it bigger, but the quality is not good. I don't know why. So maybe we can use this one. Okay, so Nubia, can you please help me with the left side of this chart where we'll complete it here?
Yes.
So please help me complete this part.
Where did she used to do research? She used to do it at the library. She didn't used to have computer.
Very well. So she used to. Very well. She didn't used to. Okay, there it is. In this part, you can say that you used to go to the library. Okay. Now with would, remember that would in this context is the same as used to, because would usually adds the is like for a supposition, is the ia ending for the rest of the verbs. For example, if you say I would run, so sería correría. But in this context, it would mean the same as used to, yo solía. Okay, please, Dante, can you help us complete this part, please, of the chart with would?
When will you watch the news? I will watch it at 6 a.m. or I will not watch it online.
Perfect. So I would watch. Good. Entonces yo lo que quiero es que aquí entiendan esto, que used to y would se refieren a lo mismo. Si tú dices I would watch, en este contexto sería solía ver las, las noticias a las 6. Okay. The next part, please, Dante 2.
Will they watch the news every night?
Excellent. Will they watch the news every night? Okay, so what is the exception with would? Even though used to and would are synonyms, there are some restrictions related to would. Would, for example, you can't use it with stative verbs, okay? The stative verbs are, for example, the verb leave, all right? Verbs that cannot be used in the imperative, verbos que no son, que son pasivos, entonces se utilizaría siempre used to and not would. How can you, sorry, it's not passive, but it's stative. So how can you differentiate between an active verb and a stative verb? So the stative verbs cannot be used in the imperative, all right? Una manera de reconocer un verbo con el cual no podemos utilizar would, sino solamente used to, they call stative verbs, are, for example, in the imperative. If I tell you, for example, go, run, eat, watch, okay, all these verbs are active. Esos verbos se les llama activos, right? Because when you tell the order, someone, fíjense que es mandar a alguien que haga esto, go, run, eat, watch. So you can see the person performing the action. Puedes ver a la persona que literalmente está haciendo esa acción, right? You tell them go, so you see the person going. You tell them eat, and you see the person eating. But the stative verbs are different. The stative verbs, they remain as something that you cannot perform. Esos verbos sí son acciones, pero no se pueden realizar. Es decir, no hay una forma en la que yo lo pueda realizar para que tú entiendas que estoy realizando ese verbo, right? For example, the verb understand, live, know, think, love. Yeah. So other with these kind of verbs also, well, these kind of verbs have the thing that if I tell you to do something like this, si yo les dijera, igual con el mismo ejemplo, un imperativo, y yo dijera be, it means say, right? Pero no lo puedo utilizar como un imperativo because it will be like really weird. It's like be. So what would you do to be, you know? It's like what, how can you show me that you are doing this verb, this action? Live. Vive. Si yo utilizara este verbo como una orden, how can you show it to me that you are doing this action? Ok, entonces estos verbos que no se pueden utilizar de forma imperativa como una orden, right? Verbos estáticos, and verbs that can be only used like once. Like it doesn't make sense that they're done repeatedly, right? No tiene sentido que se hagan de forma repetida. Por ejemplo, el verbo live. So live is not an action that you can repeat, right? We could say that live is a continuous action, but you don't repeat live every day. Tú puedes repetir do, research. You can repeat watch as many times as you want. But these steady verbs, you don't use them in a repetitive way, all right? So that's why with these kind of steady verbs, you cannot use would, only used to. So just for you to be sure, used to doesn't have any restrictions. Used to, you can use it with active verbs, with steady verbs, with any verb, but would only uses the active verbs. So steady verbs cannot be used with would. Now, so if you want to go to the, you want to be very sure that you won't make a mistake, then you can use always used to. And you leave would only when you don't want to be redundant, because that's the use. That's why we're learning the both of them. Because sometimes if you are writing about your past, or you're writing a biography of someone, or you're writing your own biography, so you can use used to, but then you need to change, because if you're using used to all the time, it's very monotonous. So that's why we use would. Okay, to substitute used to, when used to is too repetitive in a story. If you're writing a story and this story always has used to, you get bored, so you get would to interchange. But you know that would has this restriction. Yes, he.
Sorry, teacher. I am confused. I understand that these verbs, static verbs, only understand, live, know, think, love, and be. We need to use to. And I
No.
don't.
No. No es el tema de infinitivo. What I mean is that you can't use would. Con estos verbos no se puede utilizar would.
Pero sí used to.
Yes.
Y en los primeros go, run, eat y watch, que escribió antes de estos.
Those are active.
Es que también decía static verbs. Entonces,
Yeah.
en go, run, eat y watch.
No, those are active.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sorry for the confusion.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, so the difference is that you can see it's weird if you want to use the imperative, right? Yo les dije cómo podemos distinguirlos. Ponlos en forma imperativa, o sea, hazlos como una orden. So if I tell you, I don't know, something like live. Okay, it's weird, right? You cannot give the order. If I tell you, look at me. Okay, so that's an active verb because I can see you performing that action. Cuando yo te digo look, puedo ver que tú estás viendo, puedo ver que estás haciendo la acción. With the verb live, you can't because how can you show me? ¿Cómo me muestras? Si yo te digo vive, live, how can you show me unless you are dead, right? So what I told you is that would has these restrictions. Con would no se utilizan stative verbs. Used to is doesn't have restrictions. You can use used to for any verb. Entonces quizás siempre prefieran utilizar used to como para ir a la segura porque would, su restricción es stative verbs. But I told you, you use used to and would in the same text because if you always use used to, you are too repetitive, you are monotonous. So you interchange with would, so now it's better. I had shown you, right, the song when we learned this topic because this is a review. We had seen this topic from Viva la Vida. So in these lyrics, they're talking about used to. All right, we can play one more. He says, I used to, y enseguida utiliza would, right? Because if in the song you always have used to, it's too repetitive. Si no sería used to, y otra vez used to, y otra vez used to, y para intercambiarlo, entonces utilizamos used to, luego would, luego used to, luego would. Like you play with it when it's possible. Okay, so for example, it says, solía gobernar el mundo, los bares se solían levantar cuando yo daba la orden, right? So it's like you play it and you will see the song. Seas had rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to. Que ese sería un verbo estático, no podríamos utilizar would, right? Own, pertenecer. No puedo utilizar este verbo de forma imperativa, como una orden. So this is a steady verb. So you use used to. Aquí el used, noten que en pasado tiene ese sonido, right? You say like a T. So you say used. Because you also have used to, que no tiene ese sonido, right? For example, when you ask the question, did you used to? Does no lleva el used. Yes, because you have did. También está, por ejemplo, la frase I'm used to, que es en presente. I'm used to, that means I am familiar with, I'm accustomed, estoy acostumbrado. Se dice I'm used to in present. Con el verb to be, eso significa estoy acostumbrado. I was used to, estaba acostumbrada. I am used to, I was used to. With the verb to be es estar acostumbrado. Okay, very well. So if we continue playing the songs, vamos a used to. Roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes. Listen as the crowd right? Would because you already use used to. Y aquí también sería posible utilizar used to, pero se cambia would because a sing is an active verb, right? And not to make it monotonous. So here I just want to remind you, right? When we use would, aquí no, en este caso, no significa cantaría, que eso normalmente es el uso de would, right? For a supposition. So I would say, I would sing, normalmente significaría cantaría. I would go, iría, right? But in this case, yeah, there are synonyms. Like we're using used to and we're using would as the same meaning. Okay, so in this case, the crowd would sing. Quiere decir, la multitud solía cantar. Okay, so that's how we use used to and would. Okay. I don't know, do you have any questions about this?
No, teacher.
No, okay.
Sorry, teacher, pero sigo confundida un poco.
Okay, don't worry. Yes, it's can be confusing with the stative verbs. What is your question, Katie?
¿En qué casos únicamente puedo usar good?
Would. Good. Remember, you understood this part that used to has no restrictions, right? Used to, sin restricciones. Would sí tiene restricciones. So the restriction is active and stative verbs, right? Active, stative. How to recognize those? Well, actually, there are not many. No hay muchos verbos estáticos, so como que sean máximo 30 de todos los verbos o 50. But okay, I'm showing you a list here, the ones that I have in the internet. Okay, stative, se llama stative or non-action verbs, verbos que no son verbos, pero no son acciones como tal, son activos, right? In here, this chart, for example, it classifies it in possession, verbos de posesión, sense, de sentidos, emotion, mental state, others. Bueno, estos verbos, al ser estáticos, no vamos a utilizar would. Solamente se utilizaría used to. So, used to, no restrictions. Would only in the stative verbs. Entonces sería incorrecto, por ejemplo, decir I would believe. I would believe. Or I would promise. Ok, solía creer, solía prometer. Preferimos utilizar used to. There are like these few verbs, but some of them that you have to remember because it's very common. For example, the verb have, the verb leave. Yeah, so you can see all these verbs have something. Either they cannot be used in the imperative. Esos verbos, por ejemplo, no se pueden utilizar en el imperativo. Es decir, si yo te digo need, no es lo mismo que si yo te dijera go, run, porque puedo ver que corres o que vas a cierto lado. Si yo te digo need, necesita. So, it's like, what are you supposed to do? ¿Qué se supone que hagas si alguien te dice need? Right? It's difficult. So these verbs, you can identify them because you cannot use them in the imperative. Okay, verbo poseer, possess. At least you're a demon or something, but And the other characteristic is that you cannot make them. Otra característica que te puede ayudar a identificar los estáticos are they cannot be repeated. No se pueden repetir, hacer de forma continua, ¿ok? Como un verbo activo. For example, run. Tú puedes decir, I run every day. I run 5 times a week, right? Como un hábito, una rutina. But with the verb, for example, love. I love 5 times a week, 5 times a day, or 5 times a month. No se puede decir como, yo amo, te amo 5 veces, 2 veces al día, right? It's weird. So these verbs, stative, they're usually not used in a repetitive way. No se utilizan ni de forma repetitiva, ni tampoco de una manera imperativa, o sea, no es una orden. So yeah, those are actions. When you think about it, cuando piensas en ellos, son acciones, son verbos, pero no acciones, o sea, no son algo que puedas hacer y que la otra persona lo vea. For example, the verb live, vivir. So that too.
Que no se hacen de manera cotidiana, ¿no?
Mhm.
Repetitivamente.
Yeah, that could be another one. Mhm.
Thank you, teacher.
Mhm. Very well. So those are some characteristics. There are not many. Son muy poquitos los verbos stative, but yes, they are. So that's the only restriction with would. But remember, used to has no restrictions. Okay. And now the thing is, puedes utilizar used to todo el tiempo para que ya no te tengas que, digamos, no nos compliquemos. But when you are telling your story, a biography or something, you don't want to be repetitive. So that's why sometimes we use would. Okay. So we're going to listen to an audio where you you will listen to this structure used to, and we are going to check also some time expressions. So we're going to listen to this audio. The good thing is that it has a transcript. When you have the book, it has a transcript. So let's play it. And then we answer the questions. Here's the transcript. Let's listen to it.
Unit 1. What life was like. Page 6. Listening. Cell phones were huge.
Oh no!
Hey, why doesn't that guy just call his friend and tell him he's going to be late?
This is an old movie, Brandon. It was made before there were smartphones, like when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. So, Mom, when did you get your first smartphone?
Just before you were born. Cell phones weren't available until I was in high school, and smartphones came much later. The cell phones were huge, and not very many people had them. None of my friends had one.
Really? How did you communicate?
Wait, let me pause the movie. So, I talked to my friends on the home phone. My parents let me have a phone in my room when I was 13. As soon as I got my own phone, I talked to my best friend every night.
And what about when you got together? How did you let people know if you were going to be late?
Well, we would try to be on time, and we wouldn't change plans after we made them.
But you could message them on your computer at home, right?
No, I didn't have a computer until I was in college, and the internet didn't exist until I was in my 20s.
How did you write papers and do research?
Well, I wrote my papers on a typewriter, and I did research at the library with, books.
Did you used to go to the library every time you did research?
Pretty much. My parents had some reference books at home. I used to use those for some things, but for everything else, yes, I had to go to the library.
I bet that was difficult.
Not really. There weren't any other options.
What else was different?
Let's see. Oh, we got most of our news from papers and television, and the news wasn't on 24 hours a day like it is now. My family would watch the news together at 6 o'clock every night.
And I bet it was in black and white, right?
Brandon, I'm not that old. We had a color TV.
Okay, so here we have this mom that is talking to his son about how life used to be. Okay, very well. So I hope the transcript help. Here, let's answer the questions. And then we're going to learn the narrative tenses. So you only have to choose the option true, if false, or if there's no information. Okay. So Brandon and his mom often watch old movies. That is true, false, or no information given. What did you hear in the audio?
True.
True. Brandon's mom's best friend had a cell phone, la mejor amiga de la mamá de Brandon.
True.
True. Brandon's mom has a smartphone now.
True.
Maybe no information. I don't think they mention it. Right? Brandon's mom had a computer in college.
False.
False. Brandon's mom did research at the library. True. Brandon's mom watched the news by herself, sola.
False.
False. Yeah, we can check. Okay, guys, well, we need to correct. So this one is probably no information, or probably is false. So Brandon's mom best friend had a cell phone. No information, maybe, right? Brandon's mom has a smartphone now. Probably no information. Brandon's mom had a computer in college. Okay, so let's check now. Oh no, so what are the answers? No information. False. No information. Well, I think it was like sometimes confusing the false from the no information, right? Okay, very well. So, and then we have these other verbs that we use when we talk about events. All right, so I will show you here some things we can use when we start talking about the things that happen. All right, here. So you can use all these expressions when you want to start something. but we're going to check the ones that we have in our book first. All right, I would like to have all of you reading it. Can you please help me, Laura, with number 1, the first one? And sorry, I cannot zoom in more. I can check it on the PDF, but the PDF is, it looks bad. You know, it looks like blurred. I don't know why. Okay, or maybe Goosely, can you please help me read the first sentence? Okay, Heidi, please. Can you help me read the first one?
Yes, teacher. I bought a new phone after I lost my old one.
Good. And here you have to choose the option, the sentence that happened first, la oración que pasó primero. So in this case, I lost my old one is what happened first. Then
Yes.
I bought a new phone. Okay, so after, and what is the opposite of after? We have after and before. Good. Okay, please help us now. Miguel, can you help us read number 2?
Está en llamada, teacher.
Okay, please, Nubia, can you help us with the number 2?
Yes, teacher. As I was watching a movie, my brother was playing a video game.
Okay, so the next one is as with one S. As is something that happens simultaneously. Simultaneously. It means at the same time. Okay, so when you say as I was watching, it means while I was watching, my brother was playing a video game. So that means that both actions happen at the same time. Ambas acciones ocurren al mismo tiempo cuando utilizamos as. All right. So as is like while. Mientras yo, mi hermano, esto. Okay. So when something is simultaneous, you use as. Okay. Okay, esto sería sinónimo de as. Bueno, podría ser while y podría ser también while, que sería como una manera más formal. While and while. Okay, let's see if Laura can help us. Maybe you can help us with number 3, please. Okay, so I think that leaves us only with Heidi, Nubia at the moment, right? Okay, very well. Miguel, can you please help us with sentence 3?
I called Rick as soon as I found out the game was cancelled.
Okay, as soon as, what do you think is the meaning of this expression?
Tan pronto,
Exactly, very well. So in your opinion, Miguel, which one happened first? I called Rick or I found out the game was canceled? If here we have to choose the sentence that happened first.
when he found out the game was cancelled.
Exactly, that happened first. Good. So as soon as we also have the expression, right? as soon as possible. And people abbreviate it as ASAP. You see, ASAP. ASAP is like people can say it or people can write it. Y eso quiere decir as soon as possible. Tan pronto como sea posible. All right, so I called Rick as soon as I found out the game was canceled. Okay, Nubia, help us please with the number 4.
Yes. Before my dad left for work, he read the paper.
Exactly, before. So before is the opposite of after. So which one happened first? My dad left for work or he read the paper?
He read the paper.
Exactly. He read the paper before work. Okay, I think Laura cannot participate. Heidi, please, number 5.
Yes, teacher. By the time I go to the party, my friends were gone.
Okay. So which one happened first? I go to the party or my friends were gone? By the time it's like para la hora. By the time
By
I got to the party, my friends were gone.
I'm not sure. My friends were gone by the time.
So my friends were gone happened first. Primero mis amigos se fueron. Y yo llegué a la fiesta. So by the time is to say that when something happened, this other thing happened, right? También podemos substituir by the time con when, right? When I got to the party, my friends were gone. Mis amigos se habían ido. All right, can you help us, Miguel, with the number 6?
Every time I had difficult homework, I asked for my sister for help.
Good. So which one happened first? Had difficult homework or asked the sister? In this
First
case,
is-
you can, sorry,
Yeah.
you can use highlight both if they happen at the same time.
First is I had difficult homework.
Okay, exactly. So what is the meaning of every time?
Cada vez,
Exactly. También se puede utilizar every single time. Every single time, como para enfatizar el cada vez, every single time or every time, you can use both. Nubia, please, number 7.
I've watched video clips since my friends started posting them.
All right, so according to this, which happened first? Watch video clips or friends started posting them?
Friends started posting them.
Good. Here we go back to Haiti, please, number 8.
Yes, teacher. I studied at the library until it was dark.
Until it was dark, or studied at the library, which happened first?
I studied at the library.
I studied at the library. That's good. And then it got dark. Miguel, please, number 9.
when I got to the cafe, I sent Julie a text.
Okay. So which one happened first? Go to the cafe or
Go to the cafe.
good. Excellent. Nubia, 10, please.
Whenever I get together with my best friend, I feel happy.
Mhm. So whenever, in this case, is simultaneously. All right. I think almost like every time and as. So when you say whenever, it's like siempre, siempre, siempre que, right? Siempre que salgo con mi mejor amiga o amigo, me siento feliz, right? So I'm with my friend, I feel happy. So it's something simultaneous. And the next one, please, Heidi, number 11.
Yes, teacher. I read some reviews while I was online. I think the first is I was online.
Very well. So this case, they happen at the same time, right? While is mientras. So you can use while, so, and they mean at the same time. Check. Good. Just this one is like this, right? Okay. Very well. Okay, so these are some expressions that you use when you want to tell the story. We check that the simultaneous ones. Well, the simultaneous ones would be as, whenever, every time, and while, right? It means something that happened at the same time, simultaneously. Do you have any questions about these expressions?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. Very well. Okay, so now we have this like a conversation. We're going to use this to make a story, but one moment. There. Oh no, it's a very bad quality. Okay, so here we have to talk about how was your life 10 years ago? ¿Cómo era su vida hace 10 años? So you the used to is when you talk about things that happened like a very long time ago. So we're going to talk about how you got to school. Okay, let's talk about this every of us that was we are here. How did you used to get to school? How did you used to get to school? ¿Cómo solías llegar a la escuela? Okay, this is the question for all of you. I will answer first. I used to go walking during the elementary school. I lived in front of the elementary school, so I was walking. Literally, I just passed the street and I was in the school. Then when I was in the junior high school, I used to walk too. When I started high school and university, well, I had to take public transportation. So I used to take the bus to go to school. Okay, now how about you guys? How did you used to get to school? ¿Cómo solía ir a la escuela? Okay, let's listen to Nubia first. Nubia, how did you used to get to school?
At elementary school, I used to get by car. And the university, I used to get by bus because the school was far away from my house.
Okay. How about you, Miguel? How did you used to get to school?
In teacher, preparatory is elementary school.
You can say high school.
Okay. In high school, I used to take the bus
Mhm.
every day.
Okay, very well. Thank you. How about Heidi? How did you used to get to school?
Yes, teacher. I used to walk when I was a kid. Walk to elementary school when I
The what,
was
sorry?
a kid. In the university,
Uh-huh.
and my sisters and me, first, we use the public transportation,
Mhm.
and then the mom's car.
Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about the next one. What did you used to do on the weekends? What did you used to do? Que también se podía utilizar. What would you used to do on the weekends? Like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I used to go with my family to the mall, or I don't know, we would eat something in a restaurant. Nothing very interesting. Sometimes we used to go to park, or we used to travel longer distances. Yeah, so that's what we used to do. Okay, how about you, Nubia? What did you used to do on the weekends 10 years ago?
I used to watch movies with my family or alone, and sometimes we used to eat on Sundays, eat with my mom's family together, or used to travel maybe to a near place.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Miguel? What did you used to do on the weekends 10 years ago?
Can I say 20 years ago, teacher?
Okay, yes, sure, why not?
Thank you. I used to go to Coyoacán and used to go to Cuernavaca.
Okay, very good. And what did you used to do in Cuernavaca and Coyoacán?
In Coyoacán, I used to walk in the center of the Coyoacán. I
Uh-huh.
used to drink chocolate at Jarocho, the Jarocho's coffee.
I haven't heard of it. So they sell chocolate there? It's a cafeteria?
Yes, it's very
Uh-huh.
famous in Coyoacán, in the center of
Oh,
Coyoacán.
okay.
Jarocho's.
Jarochos. I'll have to
Yes,
try it next time I go.
yes.
Okay. And thank you. How about you, Heidi? What do you used to do on the weekends?
Yes, teacher. I used to visit my family and eat with them on weekends 10 years ago.
Okay, very well. So tomorrow we're going to use these, what we learned, this is structure, used to, in the expressions of time. We still have some more to learn. And well, so this is part of the first unit. And we are done for today. We finished for today. So guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you then the next class. Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.